Good afternoon, fellow patriots. The Conservative Patriot here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday. And a lot's been going on for the last over a week now. This is actually the weekend roundup, would actually give you a couple articles. And a lot of good stuff has been happening. President Trump met with black world leaders, which I think was awesome. He had a conference. He got to talk to a lot of great individuals, and I thought that was just awesome. You know, he cares about everybody. He cares about Black Americans, Hispanics, white, everybody, every single American he cares for. And the left hates that because the African Americans are supporting this president more than the Democrats. They actually walking away from the Democrat Party to switch Republican or Independent, either one of their choice, and they're gonna say they vote for President Trump. So, I guess you gotta look at the record here, folks. I mean, patriots. The black unemployment is the lowest it's ever been in 50 years. I mean, that's never happened before in this country that quickly in such a short period of time. So, Democrats are also losing people in their seats. They're actually switching. So this is actually a roundup of last week. He did that. He spoke about the concerns of the coronavirus and etc. And he therefore appointed Vice President Mike Pence to be in charge of the situation. We got the best medical staff in the world, so we'll see what happens. I mean, so far we've contained it here in the United States, and anyway, but lots have been happening, folks. The Democrats are trying to cause mass panic of this virus. Excuse me, I don't want to label it as that, because you can't even say that now. Yeah, typical. But anyway, now they're trying to cause mass panic, and they're now literally trying to crash Trump's good economy. Saying this, now they're trying to flip it and say, well, wow, his economy's not so good. Now, look at it, it's in the negative. That's because there was many investors who actually cashed out. So they lost like trillions of dollars in financial stocks. So there was a lot. Those are like the Obama appointed people. So I'm not surprised they did that. But we got a couple good articles here. I think you guys will be excited to hear about. And President Trump just keeps winning on all fronts, and he's going to continue to do so. And nothing's going to stop him. Nothing can stop him. And the fact that, hold on, before we get into these articles, I want to address this really quick. The fact that these Democrats that are running right now think that they have excuse me, I can't talk today. A small ball's chance of being President Trump in November 2020. They're in for a sad awakening because there's so many people that are waking up that were once Democrat. There's also Democrats who are flipping to Republican because they are sick and tired of the way the Democrats are behaving. They're showing their true colors. They're showing us, the American people, that they don't want to work with this president, and they sure as hell don't want to work with us. And the fact that Bernie Sanders wants to bring in socialism, and the fact that he denies that he's a socialist, isn't a socialist, that should be disturbing to every one of you guys right now. Look at what happened in Nazi Germany during World War II. And I would not be surprised if the DNC tries to screw him over again. Because it's going to happen. because they already did it to him in 2016. It's bound to happen this year. We'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. So here's the weekend roundup. I gather up a couple articles to get you guys up to speed what's going on and so on and so forth. And a couple good articles here. And there's one that a Democrat actually threatens Donald Trump Jr. So I read that. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Well, we got a first article, which is good news because everybody knows that I've been talking about the Ukraine scandal, gas company Burisma in Ukraine. Well, they reopened the investigation. This article pretty much proves that. So I'm about to read it to you right now, as soon as it loads. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, hold on. Let's wait for it to load, and we'll get this party started. And Biden hates that this is happening. He thought that firing the prosecutor was going to stop the investigation into his son and him involved in the Burisma gas company in Ukraine. No, they're going forward with it right now. Okay, break-in. Trend of politics. Ukraine opens investigation into Joe Biden's firing of Ukrainian prosecutor, which is Viktor Shokin, by the way. A court in Ukraine has pushed officials to open an investigation into former Vice President Joe Biden over his role in the firing of Prosecutor General Viktor Shokin, according to a report from the Washington Post. Yeah, well, you know how they can be. Yeah, you gotta take what they say with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Alright, so the name of the headline for this also confirms that. The Ukrainian State Bureau of Investigations will be investigating whether or not Joe Biden fired the prosecutor because he was looking to Ukrainian energy company Burisma Holdings. The same company where his son sat on the board for directors, being paid upwards of $80,000 a month, with no qualifications other than his last name. Okay? This energy company was the focus behind the second round of Democrat-led articles of impeachment. I've been covering this for months before we get further into this. Didn't I say that all this impeachment stuff was to cover up the Democrats' crimes of Joe Biden and his son? Not just that, Nancy Pelosi and her son, Paul Pelosi. And there's so many people involved in this scandal. Okay. Now, after President Trump called Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, which is a perfect call, by the way, right? You refuse to acknowledge it or not. If you're a leftist dingbat, read the actual transcript, not the ones that the mainstream media redacted, the one that President Trump released. Asking for an investigation into the company. Good news there. Democrats accuse President Trump of withholding military aid to Ukraine in order to get an investigation into his political rival as a result, which we all know was false. Democrats accuse President Trump of withholding military aid to Ukraine in order to get an investigation into his political rival as a result. Now, if you guys look back at this, we all know that Rudy Giuliani, which is President Trump's personal attorney, he said it many times that I didn't go looking for this. It came to me. They put this on my lap, and so, like an attorney should do, like he has been doing, he looked into it, and he found a lot of damning evidence about Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden. So let's not get that twisted, okay? Rudy Giuliani never did it because the president told him to. No, the president didn't even know he was doing this at the time. And furthermore, like I said, it was brought on his lap. A person came to his office, Rudy Giuliani's attorney's office, and presented him with this. He's like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then he looked at it, he's like, hence he saw all the bombshell information released on OAN and so many other news outlets. Ukraine, in order to get an investigate, they need to investigate this. They have no other alternative, said Viktor Shokin's lawyer. They do. He's right. So guys, sit back. This might be a particularly long video. I apologize for that. But there's a reason for that, because there's so much that's going on that you guys need to know about. They are required to do this by the decision of the court. If they don't, then they violate a whole string of procedural norms, he added. Shokin and his lawyers argued that Joe Biden fired the prosecutor to protect his son from investigations into the company over alleged corruption inside the company. Republicans in the Senate have also taken an interest in the former Vice President's son, Hunter Biden. Earlier this month, Republican senators began expanding their probe into Hunter Biden's business affairs with China and Ukraine. Additionally, Grassley and Johnson requested Hunter Biden's travel arrangements to conduct business related to his dealings in Ukraine and China, among other countries, while he received a protective detail from the Secret Service. Now that's interesting, isn't it? The Treasury Department has also reportedly provided evidence of questionable origins on Hunter Biden to the Republican senators. So, it is moving along. It looks like, from what I'm understanding from reading this, it looks like it is going along, and the Republicans are now on the attack, which it seems here. Things appear to be heating up in the case against both of the Bidens, and Democrats should be getting very worried. How do you feel about this? Do you really want to know? Good. So this whole impeachment debacle, this whole impeachment sham, was to cover up the Democrats' crimes of Joe Biden and his son, Nancy Pelosi and her son, and so many people, John Kerry and his son, and so many other. Now we find out Mitt Romney was involved in it too. That rhino, yeah, from Utah. Which, what I hear, people don't like it very much right now. Good for them. Because the people of Utah are very smart. Okay, so that's article number 1. We broke that down. Now it's time to see what else we have here. Okay, anyway, sorry. So I thought that was worth... And I like this article from Republican Doug Collins. So we'll cover this one, okay? So let it load. Let me get to this. That's the greatest, guys. So just bear with me. So, all right. So trending politics. Breaking. Top GOP Republican teases criminal charges coming from Durham probe. Oh, guys, we're getting close. During the Conservative Political Action Conference on Thursday, a top-ranking Republican on the House Judiciary Committee hinted incoming criminal charges from federal prosecutor John Durham. This attorney was selected last year to examine early actions by intelligence officials, and he is reportedly looking into whether or not agencies were kept in the dark to create a negative preconceived notion about Trump regarding election interference by Russians in 2016. The Justice Department was confirmed to have opened a criminal inquiry into an investigation on October 24th, 2019. So this goes back last fall. At CPAC, Republican Representative Doug Collins expressed his assumptions about the probe, saying, Durham is investigating. Attorney General Bill Barr is expanding his reach into the intelligence community, adding that the Has attorney has grand juries along with everything else for his probe. It's getting close, guys. I'm telling you. He later said, when he's ready to charge people, he'll charge people. Sounds to me like it's coming to light, folks. Patriots, I'm telling you right now, why people are starting to question Barr and all this other stuff. Yeah, we're gonna see it, I think. This is from Fox News. This is not going to be a Mueller report. There won't be a report. Collins told Fox News nothing that Durham and his team have kept very quiet about their work. When he's ready to charge people, he'll charge people. He added, and that's when we'll know. Remember those words. Right there. Collins' comments came just moments after he spoke at CPAC on the topic of the Russia investigation at the FBI and the appointment of former Special Counsel Robert Mueller, as well as his nearly 2-year investigation. Right? It gets interesting. Now, pay attention now. As of now, John Durham has yet to interview former CIA Director John Brennan and former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, but he's been confirmed to have plans in the future. He has already interviewed several officials within the intelligence community and CIA. Additionally, the New York Times, which we all know, they can put a lot of twist a lot of things about the president, about everything that goes on. So, you can take what they say with a grain of salt, too. Reported that John Durham requested Mr. Brennan's emails, call logs, and other documents from the CIA, which is the Central Intelligence Agency, if you guys don't know what that is. According to a person briefed on his inquiry on December 19th, 2019. Okay, now, so there's a lot going on, folks, Patriots. So you just heard it there, that the dickwits. I know a lot of people are frustrated that they're not seeing things, but there's certain things that we need to understand here. Hold on, let me take a sip of. Okay. Stuff like this takes time. You can't just happen just like that. Yes, I am a little upset that he let Andrew McCabe off the hook, but I do not believe he's out of the woods. He's no. I also didn't like that they just didn't do anything with James Comey. But I feel there's going to be more at play. And I'm telling you right now, this book right here confirms that James Comey, the former director of the FBI, was caught lying to Congress. So was Andrew McCabe multiple times to Congress. This book confirms that. So I sure hope we do see these indictments, because there isn't. There's no faith in that justice system. I'll tell you guys, if you haven't got this book, get it. It's on Amazon for $18 right now. Get it. It's a must read. There's so much stuff here. This is basically the uncovering from Republican Devin Nunes, who discovered all this. So, get this book, read it, educate yourselves, get it. So we're seeing all this stuff unfold. While the Democrats are too focused on trying to follow up with another impeachment charge, President Trump he's not worried about that. He's just worried about following the agenda of the American people, and that's why the left hate him right now. They hate that he is not part of the establishment, that he's not part of the globalist agenda to keep us under their control, enslave us, and just everything else. They hate that we're prospering right now. They hate that. They don't want you to be like that. They want you to keep relying on the government and all this other stuff. Like Brendan Sanders, for example. And all these candidates are saying free $1,000 a month. Free health care. The Green New Deal. All this ridiculous nonsense that's going to put our country in so much debt. The good economy? See you later. It's gone. So it's a lot of interesting things that have happened, and I definitely think whether this virus is a hoax or not, you patriots, you gotta be prepared for the worst. It does. If it's a hoax, whatever, but at least you have stuff. You have food. Water's the number one thing you need to stock up on, because the human body cannot live without water. It can live without food, but not just saying just get water. Stock up on stuff that's got to last you at least a couple of years, or stuff that's gonna last. And I definitely encourage you guys, if you can afford it, you could get a 2-week supply on the Pete Santelli show. He has a website where he's running My Patriot Supply. There's actually so many demands for it right now, so they're doing the very best they can to get it out to everybody. So don't be surprised if you're a delay. If your order comes in delayed, they're doing the very best they can to get it out to everybody as quickly as possible. Because the orders increased ever since this virus story came into effect, and everybody's just been stocking up on it and getting prepared, which is good. We need to be prepared for anything, not just this. For like anything can happen, guys. You got to think about these things. If there's earthquakes or bad hurricanes, or we have a blackout, where you got to be prepared for anything in this day and age, because anything can happen. That's why I say it's so important that every patriot out there gets what they need. Rapid solar stuff, that's actually not a bad idea. Getting solar products, like solar flashlights or solar, whatever you need. I myself did order a 2-week supply from my Patriot Supply, and I told us that I totally understand. If it comes late, that's totally fine. I said, I understand you guys are swamped. You guys got a lot of orders you got to fill. I completely understand. They're like, oh, thank you for being so patient with us. It's like, no problem. So you gotta be patient. I know it's gonna take a little while for your order to come in. Once it does, you're good. And the good thing about this, guys, you could have this, you could store this anywhere for 25 years, and the food will still be good. And I've heard from various people that the food is awesome. It's amazing. It's very good. So I'm excited, but I'm not gonna touch it unless I have to. That's just gonna be my emergency stuff. So I'm not gonna touch that at all. That's gonna be my emergency kit. So, very important, Patriots, that you take everything you obtained, everything that you've listened to. You can't really. We can't really rely on the mainstream media because they're not going to give you an accurate number of what's going on with this virus and what is actually going on. And China, sure as hell, is not going to tell you what's going on. So, we just don't know how bad or serious this is. We don't know if it's a hoax. We don't know if it. We don't know. We just been given information that, okay, well, this and this and that. You know? And it's so sad to see that they're putting their own people who are still alive, by the way. I was actually watching, I covered this, I think 3 or 4 videos ago, Citizen Man's video, where they actually put these people in, like, these tarps, and then they would wrap around and tie it off, and then throw them in a crematorium. I'm like, are you kidding me? And this got me thinking, if they could do it over there, what's it going to stop them from doing it right here in America? So I'm looking at Bernie Sanders right now. He's the biggest threat. Yeah, he wants to bring education camps to re-educate people. He wants to higher taxes. Is pretty much how Cuba was. It is exactly what he wants to bring here to America, where hundreds of millions of people will die under the socialist dictatorship. Let that sink in for a minute. But we all know that President Trump is going to demolish whoever the front runner is going to be. Because none of these Democrats are just, they're just unelectable. They have too many, brain dead policies that are not going to contribute to the economy. They just want to destroy it. That's it. They want to destroy everything good President Trump wants to do. They want to keep you enslaved by the mainstream media. They got to tell you to shut up and listen. You gotta listen to us, and you gotta listen to the mainstream media. Now there's so many people who are breaking free from the mainstream media spell. It's good. It's about time. That's all I gotta say. And I was actually watching a clip from Blaze TV last night. There was this Trump hater and a Trump supporter. And they were totally civil. She listened to his point of view, and she gave him her point of view. And at the end, they shook hands and said, I respect that. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be, because we have a difference of opinion, that we have to go at each other's throats. That's exactly how we should handle things. Like, oh, okay, I respect your opinion. That's exactly, they shook hands, they even hugged each other. And he was a Trump hater. And she was a Trump supporter. What does that tell you? That's exactly how you're supposed to talk to these people. Sorry about that. That's exactly how it needs to be done. Instead of them getting violent with us because we have a difference of opinion than they do. When I saw that, I was like, there's hope for this country yet. He's like, oh man, I respect what you had to say. Thank you for letting me speak. And she's like, no problem. That's what we're here for. Everybody has the title to freedom of speech. And they hugged it out, and they shook hands, and that was the end of it. There was no violence, and that's how this all should be handled, civilly. But you got these two extreme leftists who are, who are just god all hateful. And if you have a difference of opinion with them, no, then they start attacking you. I mean, you look at what happened to Caitlin Bennett a couple weeks ago. A couple Mondays ago. She asked them a simple question, and they blew up on her. Versus the video I watched last night on Blaze TV revealed that there was a Trump supporter that was debating a Trump hater. So, like I said, she listened to what he had to say, and he listened to what she had to say. And that's exactly how it should be. He's like, you know what? I respect your opinion. And they shook hands and they hugged each other. That's how this country should be. We should be united and talk civilly about these issues. It should be. This is exactly what the Democrat Party wants us to be. They want us to fight each other. And these far leftists don't understand that. These Democrats want the division. They're the ones who started. Obama was the one who started the whole thing. Obama was the one that built those cages for all those kids down the southern border. Those facilities. It wasn't President Trump. It was Obama who built those. And then you got dingbat AOC saying, well, they're putting all these families and kids in concentration camps. She's got to be the dumbest individual I've ever seen in my life. She's just the biggest hypocrite and dingbat. I think her brain left her head a long time ago, to be honest with you. I don't know what happened to her. But she don't have a brain. It's time to break free. This is exactly what the Democrats want. They want total division, total control, total enslavement of you. They basically tell you what you want to hear. They say, oh yeah, if you vote for me, I'll do this, I'll do that. All they want to do is high taxes on the middle class. Right now, the poverty level in the middle class has dropped. My paycheck has gone up in over a 1 year's time frame. A year and a half. There's things that I couldn't even afford at the time, like this or my Trump flags. Now, I have so much money now that I can invest into my channel. I'm not saying I'm rich or anything, but, you know, this is stuff like I never thought I'd dream of having. Like 4 electric guitars and PS4, you name it. I never dreamed in my life that I would own these things. Because I always thought to myself, oh, I can't afford it. I can't afford it. Now I can. And it's because of President Trump's policies. They're working, whether you feel to believe it or not. His economic policies are working. More people, 7.2 million people are at work right now. People say, well, where's the jobs? Well, go out there and find one. It's not hard. 7.2 million created. There's 265,000 jobs created last month in January. Hello? Sorry, I had to tighten that. But that's the weekend roundup, guys. I figured I shared a couple articles with you. I was going to share the one with Don Jr., but no. It's not worth. This is a typical Democrat, threatening people's lives like they usually do. It's pathetic. So, what we're going to see here is we're seeing the greatest awakening this country's ever seen. You can refuse to believe it or not, but there's thousands of people walking away from the Democrat Party right now. And there's many Democrats who are in Congress who are switching from Democrat to Republican. That's the facts. Now I'm going to leave it up to you in the comment section below. What do you think about all this? I want to hear your guys' feedback in the comment section below. And if you're not a member of this channel yet, please hit that red subscription button and notification bell. Ring that bell so you know I do all kinds of articles. I will hopefully get my live streaming back as of May 14th, but them. Susan Waikiki, nothing's promised. But we'll see. Stay connected to this channel. There's going to be a lot of great articles throughout the week. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to happen, as has happened, that I have yet to unsurface. So, that being said, God bless all of you. God bless our duly elected President Donald John Trump. And God bless America. Stand and fight, Patriots. Huzzah! Fight, Patriots, fight!